And then I heard a voice say, I am the mother, the maiden, and the crooned. I am the discarded, the overlooked, mistreated. Yet I am also like the rainbow after the storm. I have comforted many who were weary. I've been shelter to the homeless and sustenance for a hungry soul, even water for those who thirst. No earthly vessel is beyond our reach. We've manifested in countless ways, though his holy incomplete word does not speak much of my kind. Still, divine purpose wills we share a time amongst the many secreted times. We, she, I have walked amongst them, the sleeping masses, unknowingly and without shame. Well, except for my own occasional ill feelings or judgments of self. But we could imagine it would come with the territory when born unto a people held captive, having to assimilate to be viewed by the majority as attractive. Still, oddly, back then, those perceived differences in the eyes of the colonizer made no difference in the eyes of my own. My own, you ask? Well, of course, my own means those who celebrate, nurture, support, and uphold our existence just as we are. We have always been more so mirrors to Mother's spirit. Just made more sense to match the outer form, although there wasn't much access in the way of material resources at the time. Still, we's was free, and we could do up some magic with fabric, needle, and thread. We made it work as best we could. We tried to open doors for our younger sister and even offered nourishment to the famished, only to be raped by those who cared not for our culture, but only sought to conquer. We passed as women for nearly 27 years, respected the construct, and made our day-to-day moves in accordance with the hierarchy, respecting those who identified themselves as men, understanding our place in the home, religious matters, and government. We embraced our reality that would also appear to be a demotion. Still, we submitted to them in service, only to end up serving time in prison. Then, having a community that was once so accepting be pitted against us. But you children, you've come so far in your understanding, yet somehow it seems closer to the beginning, the source of it all. You know where things all started. When nobody told you how to dress, walk, talk, dance, act, behave, what couldn't be done and what shouldn't be done. Humans was just being. But in the era I came up in, it was quite the opposite. Once freed from slavery, we felt we had a choice to make. So we then chose stealth, to fully embrace the path of our foremothers, foregoing the shame that placed us in any proximity to patriarchal power. We were always reminded by birth, government, and religion of our connections to Father. So we felt compelled to do the work that would help to sustain our sisters, our truest siblings in energy and essence. whether by blood or by spirit. Those who embraced wholeness as truth were our tribe and family, proclaiming that mother is always essential and ever present. She will not only be seen, but she will be heard in her own voice. I, we, us stitched ourselves into the very fabric of society. And as we stretch our hands out through time to guide, she, them, her, Madas, Damas, and Bristers who've come before us and will come, be reminded you can call forth our energy through sharing our stories and valued wisdom. Historically erased, buried in his story. Find us, seek us, call us out by our deeds, not merely names, for our works be our truest name. Adding strength to that glimpse of wholeness that abides in each of us. We've been called child, Negro, boy, shaman, healer, man, girl, love, cripple, mockery, crossdresser, woman, human, slave, free, her, sister, helper, community, family, friend, ancestor, elder, criminal, and trailblazer, and many more names. But on this day, we speak as Francis Thompson, born in 1840 and ascended in 1877. We moved against our own freely and were a welcome part until the colonizer made an example of us by putting our humanity under a microscope, reducing us in the eyes of those who masqueraded as evolved humans. This shaped the narrative for those like us who would come in the future. Yes, child, sister, daughter, we've endured that you might learn from our season and take it further, healing, teaching, and guiding all who will seek truth and purpose. Never forget us, where we came from. Never deny your relationship to your father, but never, under any circumstances, diminish our mother either. Embrace all of you. So if the courts of a captive land should ever come for us again, like they came for us back then, sister, Brister, you will be ready, for your liberation will not be bound by or contingent upon or restricted by the beast of dysphoria that decrees we must pass as merely a portion of all that we are. We were only allowed one race, one gender, and one sexuality. We did as expected, fitting into our prospective boxes. But worry not. It had to be done to create the situations that have allowed our wisdom through trial and error to flourish. Hence this great dawn. If anything is gained, then nothing was in vain. Perhaps the Big Bang shattered something, but it was not us. For it is not we who are broken, but the mirror that we see ourselves in. We must leave this plane now. But no, we are sovereign. natural, necessary, whole, and ever near. Remember this, my family, my tribe, my people, my essence, my spirit. Remember this always.
Yeah. And now it's coming down. How the hell am I there?